Hello everyone, I'm Casper Kuma and welcome to Blood Lily Ghost Stories. Now, this game, I think, is a part of a bigger series of, like, similar ghost story type games, but I think they can all also be played individually. And I don't know, I just picked this one because it looked pretty. I think this is the newest one, not, like, the first one, so please enter your name. Okay. Casper. Hello, Casper, thank you for reading the story. The story, all names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this work are fictitious. Any similarities to actual persons, living or deceased, places, buildings, or products are entirely coincidental. Now let the tale begin. Good old disclaimers. Why am I here? Oh, why is my mouse so big? Let me move that out of the way. Oh wait, no, it's... Okay, never mind. It's on a different screen. Okay, Sally took out her phone and turned on the flashlight. Who's there? I feel like someone or something is watching me. What is that noise? Wait, don't hunt me yet. I don't know which... Are we doing the Y's or are we doing the arrow keys? Huh? I don't know if I'll be able to run. Ugh. Who are you? Don't ask questions, just go, girl. I can't move. So dizzy. Idiot. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? There was a bizarre aura about the figure that forced Sally to answer. A blue choker? Then I'll put one on you. I don't think you should have answered. The figure lunged at Sally, violently choking her with long nails that dug into her skin, turning her neck blue. No. The figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. All this because she wouldn't know if you got games on your phone? That's interesting that the way, the... I don't know, this is... like, kinda three-dimensional, 2.5D, I guess. Gah! Sally got murdered? Why would I have a dream like that? Azura reached for her phone and saw that it was 8 p.m. on April 3rd. A message from Sally? Wise men, what time is the gathering for fatal stories tonight? Well, she's dead. I guess even a punctual person like her can forget these things sometimes. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next day. Got it. See you at the campus entrance. Look forward to tonight's ghost stories. Oh, I thought she was speaking in riddles. I didn't know that there was actually a thing. Something about Sally seems odd today. Oh, maybe she was talking in riddles. Maybe she's nervous too. We're all going to exchange scary stories tonight after all. Azura, full name Azura Wiseman, is president of the Lysseri University Occult Research Club. The other club members call her Wiseman. She loves stories of the supernatural ever since she was little, and had always wanted to have a ghost story gathering with her friends. Tonight her wish will come true. Terrible wish, you're all gonna die. Isn't that interesting how this, like, moves? I don't know. Like, it looks normal, and then it just, like, tilts. I have to meet up with Sally in a bit, but I should get ready. Yeah, you don't have any pants on. Zap and investigate. Okay, I got you. What's all this shiny? Oh, look, it's like kind of dizzying. That's interesting. Is it just stretching? I shouldn't do that too much. I'm gonna be sick. Oh god. Hilly Polly Daily. Occult column. New urban legend. Nightmare on Lilium Street. Recently, the same nightmare has plagued multiple young women on Lilium Street in Lysseri City. They find themselves in a dark alley or room where they're attacked by a female ghost with sharp nails and a distinctive choker. Is this just mass hysteria or something more sinister? Isn't this exactly like the dream I had? But this is Hill Polly, not Lysseri. Anything in your... And you're anywhere? Or can I only click on shiny things? Doesn't seem like it wants me to do anything else. This is an odd layout. No doors. Just... just entrances. And the toilet, too. Someone's gonna peek on you and be like, whoa! I hope you live alone, but I see someone right over there, so I guess that's not the case. Some little bottles with fingernails in them. Ew! What the hell? What's wrong with you? Azora pulled up her sleeves and looked at her fingertips. My nails. They've been growing pretty quickly lately. I'm about to fill another bottle? Are you alright? That's disgusting. You're nasty. Ew. Azora opened the document entitled Imaginary Friend. This is a ghost story Azora plans on telling tonight. At the gatherings for Fatal Stories, she, Sally, and new club member Lily will take turns telling one story each. Okay, I've got it memorized. Great. A photo of two college girls. The two are wearing matching chokers, one blue, the other red. They look like they are very close. Azora found this photo in her parents' closet while she was cleaning out their room the other week. She stared at the girl with the blue choker. Who is this, though? Why does she look so familiar? She's right behind you! Oops, I just noticed my microphone was pointed in a weird direction, so hopefully you can hear me better now. I don't know. Lissari Occult Club channel, 1.7k subscribers. The Duke of Zhao's interpretation of dreams, 30 views. Mad Mother, the horror RPG masterpiece, 158 views. Mad Mother. I hope more people will watch our channel. Azora's mother. Her mother looks extremely careworn. What? For as long as Azora could remember, her mother had always been that way. Mom, I'm gonna go out tonight. What does careworn mean? Why do you always go out at night these days? Do I? She must be fantasizing again. I'm just going to spend the night out with some friends. Alright. I'm ready to go. Go. Let's go. Azora. It's so late. Do you really think it's wise to go? If you keep going out at night like this, you'll run into a ghost sooner or later. How are you not afraid? She gets so anxious whenever it comes to ghosts. Oh, is your mother in that picture with the choker? And the figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. Well, I did have that disturbing dream. Should I actually be concerned? Nah, let's just go. Wait, can we actually not go? Cancel it. I want to see this ending real quick. I feel awful doing this to Sally and Lily, but Azora contacted both to apologize and cancel the gathering. What a shame. Let's all just stay in. After that, more women fell victim to the nightmare in Lilium Street, with reports of actual fatalities. Some had their throats slit with sharp nails, while others were choked to death. Azora did feel sorry for them, but was also glad that she hadn't gone out that night. Otherwise, she might have become one of the victims herself. I definitely went to sleep in my bed last night. Why do I keep waking up on the sofa? Wait. Azora pulled up her sleeves and stared at her fingertips. My nails, they grew again? Are you the bad person? Whatever, I'll just clip them. Azora started to trim her nails. It had become something of a laid-back, everyday routine. As long as she didn't go out at night, she would never fall victim to the female ghost. Quiet life was all she wanted. The happy ending? Is Azora the bad person? Is she the one ripping people apart with her nails? Because that's really weird. I'm suspicious. Hold it as planned. Got it. See you at the campus entrance. Looking forward to tonight's ghost stories. Mom, our club's having a big event tonight. Exchanging ghost stories with friends has been my dream for a really long time. You're so much like someone I know. I can see it's useless trying to stop you. Someone you know that's dead now? Because they did things like this? Her mother took out a scented sachet, and handed it to Azora. What's this? A sachet? 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 I don't know what this is. The sachet itself wards off evil. Keep it with you. Then if something abnormal actually happens, open it up. You'll find something useful inside. A satchel? Is it a bag? Sure. And remember to cherish your friends. Huh? Okay. She's making such a big deal out of this. 'Cause they're all gonna die. Sally's already dead. Azura called a cab and arrived at her university at 9:30. Sally's not here yet, huh? What was that? Why do I feel like someone's watching me? Out of nowhere, cold, clammy fingers wrapped around Azura's throat from behind. Damn it, Sally. Whoa. Whoa, Sally. What the hell, Sally? Which do you prefer? Blue choker or red choker? Huh? Who? Ta-da! It's me, Sally. I thought she was gonna kill us. I figured it was you. I thought my head was going to get torn off. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? This is Sarah. This is Sarah Sally Sweet, a member of the occult club. She seems oblivious about boundaries and gets touchy-feely with her friends without realizing it. I'm actually a little nervous. Because we're going to tell scary stories? Not about that. I dozed off on the train on the way here and I had a bad dream. There was a woman wearing a blue choker. She asked me to choose a choker and when I did, she strangled me. That's a creepy coincidence. I also had a dream where you were choked to death. I feel like this is a bad sign. Are you telling me the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right before our gathering for fatal stories? Is this a thing? Seems like a bad idea. A thing? What do you mean by that? Nothing, it's just kind of like the story I'm going to tell tonight. Anyway, let's go inside. We shouldn't keep Lily waiting. Lily's already dead. We're all dead. Azura and Sally arrived at the entrance of the club room. The door was unlocked. Someone had gotten there first. They opened the door and entered. And what they saw was... It's a girl! Sally Wiseman. Good evening. It was Lily, who had joined the club not too long ago. Huh? A blue choker. Well, that's suspicious. Aw, Lily. Sally gave Lily a particularly tight hug. Sally, whatever's the matter? I had an awful nightmare. This is Lillian Lily. Wait, really? Your name is like Triple Lily? Lillian Lily. Stupid. A new member Sally recruited to the club. We don't know much about her yet. Well. Did you always wear that choker? Oh, this is for my story. I think wearing it will add a nice touch. Well, we're all about to steal the same story, so this is gonna be really awkward. It's now 10 p.m. on April 3rd. The plan is to tell stories until 4 a.m. sharp on April 4th. This is a scented sachet. Oh, okay. It is not a bag. It is whatever a sachet is. I mean, I know what it is. It's one of those good luck charms or whatever, you know? But this one's for warding off evil. Apparently there's something useful inside in case something bad happens. Got it. Better be a gun. Alright. I don't think it's that big though. Azura took a breath. Then let's get started with the gathering for fatal stories. You know, we never did put on pants. Oh well. We did put our fingernails in a jar though, so that's good. Story 1. A Nightmare on Lilium Street. Shall I go first? Very well. Have the two of you heard about the nightmare plaguing girls lately, right here on Lilium Street? What? You both had the same dream? Oh my, how very relevant. Well, in the nightmare, a female ghost with a blue choker and sharp fingernails appears and chokes her victims to death. So it's no wonder that people call the ghost Miss Choker. They say once you hear about Miss Choker, she will appear in a dream. After that, you must tell someone else about her as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will actually meet her, and the nightmare will come true. In other words, the nightmare is a curse in itself that will come true if you don't pass it on. Oh god, it's chainmail. However, the further the curse spreads, the more it benefits the ghost. Because the ones who love it most when people tell ghost stories are the ghosts themselves. Have you ever felt as if someone was watching you when you were listening to a ghost story? That isn't just your imagination. When a ghost hears someone talking about it, it appears. And now we're telling ghost stories. Do you know what that means? Maybe right now, behind your back, there's a ghost watching you. What? You ask how I could possibly know this? Because my classmate experienced this curse firsthand. Hi, Lillian. In one of the lectures I attended, I met a classmate named Petra Psych. How should I phrase this? She always craved attention. So, listen, you won't believe this. Yesterday, my boyfriend... Geez, the coworker at my job did again. She's always out to get me. At first, everyone listened, but she was constantly complaining and exaggerating her stories. As time went on, fewer and fewer people took her words seriously. One day, she was complaining about everything again, only to find that no one was listening. She realized that they were busy talking about some ghost story. Hey, what's everyone talking about? Miss Koi Koi? You mean Miss Choker? It's a recent ghost story that's rather popular, but you're much better off not hearing it or else. Oh, just tell me the story. I don't want to be the only one who doesn't know. She eventually pestered me into it. I told her that some of us had seen Miss Choker in our dreams. Only by spreading Miss Choker's story could we disperse the curse. So what's the deal with this ghost? Some say she was once a college-age girl who was infatuated with a handsome female schoolmate and that her blue choker was a gift from that crush. But then she suffered from a broken heart and hanged herself. She became a ghost who targets and kills girls. Others say that she transforms into your friend to get close to you so she can kill you. Okay. Now that you heard this story, it won't be long before Miss Choker appears in your dreams. She will ask you which choker you prefer, blue or red. If you answer blue, she will choke you to death, the bruising on your neck like a blue choker. If you answer red, she will slit your throat with her sharp fingernails, the blood sleeping out like a red choker. Whose grandma came up with that story? You don't believe Miss Choker is real? Only a little kid would be scared of a story like, huh? Psyche suddenly felt someone's eyes on her. She looked around anxiously and saw no one but me. But I knew that the one who was watching was Miss Choker, because a few days later, I had that nightmare too. I dreamed I met Miss Choker in a dark alley near our university. Oh dear. What do I do now? Tell her story to someone, the more people the better, to disperse the curse. Right. But no one paid attention to Psyche. They thought she was just making up a story again to seek pity. This is all your fault. Why did you have to tell me that story? Huh? You pressured me into telling you. But I thought you didn't believe in such things. Why are you suddenly so afraid after one nightmare? What do you mean? I know she doesn't exist. I never said I was scared. Is that so? Fine. I'll go to that alley in my dream and see if she shows up. I'll prove to everyone that Miss Choker doesn't exist. What? That's a terrible idea. What if she actually appears and asks you to choose what colored choker you want? She kills you whether you answer blue or red. Whoever answers that is just an idiot. What made Psyche so adamant about it insisting... what made Psyche so adamant about insisting on... Yeah. What made... Sorry. What made Psyche so adamant about insisting on verifying Miss Choker's existence? Maybe it was to deny her fears, but then again, perhaps she had a simpler motive. Jealous that everyone was talking about Miss Choker, perhaps she thought it was worth the risk if it meant getting everyone's attention back. That night, Psyche went to the alley from her dream with her boyfriend. She asked him to wait in the next alley over and come back to meet her at midnight. She figured that if Miss Choker didn't show up by then, it must mean that she didn't exist. She declared a misguided war on Miss Choker, making up the conditions of victory on her own. Hey babe, starting to miss me? She kept messaging her boyfriend to kill the time. 10:30 went by, then 11, 11:30. It was almost 12. Suddenly, a strange noise came from her phone. Then she lost reception. Huh? The cry of the nighttime bird stopped abruptly. as if they had been spooked by something. This can't be happening. Psyche felt those eyes on her again. They were piercing, as if someone had been staring at her for a long time. Oh. A figure suddenly stood beside Psyche, impossibly close. But when had it appeared, or had it been there from the beginning? Who are you? With the blue choker and sharp fingernails, the answer was obvious. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? In that moment, countless thoughts flitted through Psyche's mind. Denial, frustration, whether she could talk her way out. But she was too proud to admit that she was terrified. No one wants your stupid choker. Psyche regretted it the moment the words left her lips. After all, she had no idea how Miss Choker would react to an irrelevant answer. You're just like me. Huh? We're both afraid of being forgotten. What are you talking about? Miss Choker raised her hands and slowly stretched them towards Psyche. Don't worry, I'll make sure everyone remembers you forever. After that, Psyche never came to class again. I later got in touch with her boyfriend and learned that she had been hospitalized. When I told everyone that she had gone to find Miss Choker, they were very worried and we arranged a hospital visit. Did she survive that? Thank you all for coming. I suppose this isn't very nice, but with so much attention on Psyche, wouldn't you agree that she had her wish come true? Psyche, we're here to see you. What's the matter? Miss Choker, you're Miss Choker. Stay away from me. Unfortunately, Psyche was in such a state of confusion, she didn't even recognize who I was. Well, at least she's alive, I guess. Sally, Wiseman, you've seen Miss Choker in your dreams too, have you not? Then you had best think about which choker to choose when she asks you whether you want blue or red. After all, if you give an irrelevant answer, your spirit will be taken away, just like what happened to Psyche. Dun dun dun. Something seems wrong. If what befell Psyche is true, how could Lily have known what happened that night? Others say that she transforms into your friend to get close to you, so that she can kill you. What am I thinking? I don't know, I'm thinking you're thinking the thoughts that I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're looking at Miss Choker right now. This is the end of Psyche's story. But Miss Choker's story is just beginning. Zora and Sally suddenly felt someone's eyes on them. Telling ghost stories attracts ghosts, because ghosts love getting attention from people. Perhaps Miss Choker is already here in this club room and is just dying to ask. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? I don't know what's worse. Getting choked be worse, or would be getting your throat slit worse? The 3 ghost stories are told, blah blah blah. Once you hear about Miss Choker, she'll appear. This is something I heard from a friend. Phew, we're going fast. Well, nightmare. Okay, what are we doing? Is this like a summary? What is this? A trailer? But I already bought the game. I don't think it's advertising, is it? Is it just a preview? I guess it's just giving us a rundown. Interesting. Something sinister is among us. Yeah, I guess it's like the opening sequence. Right? I feel like being choked would be better. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, because the other one sounds really painful, but I guess getting choked would be also really painful. But I'm hoping you would pass out faster than you'd think. I don't know. Everyone in the room fell silent, and Lily's question lingered in the air unanswered. Before Azora or Sally had a chance to respond, all of a sudden Lily thunked her head down on the table. Ouch. Phew, that was exhausting. I don't usually talk like that. What? Well, did I make you feel chills? Hold on, so you only asked that question for the horror factor? Azora breathed a sigh of relief, then asked Lily how she knew the details of that night. Poor Psyche. Afterwards, any girl looked like Miss Choker to her. But she still managed to talk with guys to some extent. Oh. It was her boyfriend who gathered what happened out of her bit by bit. Ah, that makes sense. Well then, it seems like you should give an irrelevant answer, because, I mean, you'll survive. Your only problem is that you can't be near girls anymore, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, makes sense. I really thought you were Miss Choker earlier. Oh my, I suppose I successfully set the mood for horror then. Seeing that Sally and Lily had started to chat, Zora glanced at her phone. The time was 11 p.m. on April 3rd. Let's take a break before starting the next story. Talk to the others and investigate the bookshelf. Okay. I'm so sorry for telling you the story of Miss Choker. I may very well have passed a curse on you. It's fine. That's all part of being being in the occult club. Besides, you only did to disperse the curse on Psyche, right? Really? Thank you, Wiseman. I don't know about this. Doesn't that mean it's now our problem? Why would we want that? Have you been following any online streams lately? Hi everyone, VStreamer here. Today I'll be playing this horror game, Ghost Stories from School. I watched XX's quite a bit. I knew it. Alright. April 3rd to 4th, 2000 X Cult Club Journal, The X Gathering for Fatal Stories. Dabsog. Told by Need, an evil spirit that Hummung believed in. It chokes people while they sleep, and it's said to be the cause of sudden nocturnal death. Red Cloak, told by President Hyde. A phantom with a white mask and a red cloak who asks, which cloak do you prefer, red or blue? If you answer red, you'll be stabbed to death, cloaking you in red blood. If you answer blue, you'll be choked to death, turning your body blue. Fascinating. Miss Choker almost seems like a mix of these two stories. 3. 100 Tales, told by Prince. A kind of Japanese ghost story gathering. It is said that a real ghost will appear once the 100th story is told. Oh, that's great. Gathering for Fatal Stories is tribute to the 100 Tales, but we only tell 3. We don't have that many members in the occult club. You know, maybe the Choker story's not real. Maybe we all just lack originality. It's time. Let's start the next story. Okay. We gonna save. We'll do this one, and then we'll probably take a break till next time. I know... yeah, we're at 30 minutes. Oh, it's my turn. Before we get started, let me ask you a quick question. You watch streamers play horror games, right? Well, why do you? In my case, it's because some games are too scary to play by myself. But I still get really curious about how the stories go. And if I watch a stream of it, I don't get as scared. I love getting terrified with others via chat, all of us praying that the main character will survive. It makes me feel so connected to everyone. And I think that's similar to how people watch horror movies or listen to ghost stories together, you know? What I'm about to tell is a ghost story about listening to ghost stories together. It's about the Occult Club's annual event. Yeah, that's right, mine is about the gathering for Fatal Stories. The name's a bit of a mouthful, so let's just call it Fatal Stories. According to the Occult Club legend, if you tell ghost stories from the night of April 3rd to 4 a.m. On April 4th, you finish telling 3 stories, a ghost will appear, and that becomes the 4th ghost story of that year's Fatal Stories. Of course, the legend is just a legend. No ghost was actually summoned last year, nor in any year prior going way back. But there was one exception. It was 21 years ago, the year before we were born. That year, the club's ghost stories did summon something. The last name of the club president at the time was Hyde. We'll call her that. I managed to contact her and get her to agree to an interview. I met Hyde, who seemed kind of anxious and washed out. Before she spoke, she stared into space for a while, and only then did she begin to tell the story of what happened that year. It was the evening of April 3rd, 21 years ago. Hyde had taken a nap at home, so she would be ready to stay up for the gathering. She had a strange dream. In it, A club member's throat was slit open. There was another member, Need, in the dream. Need sat straddled over the victim, her long fingernails stained a bloody red. Hyde jolted awake and rushed to call the two who had been in her dream. Except her phone had no reception. She had no choice but to head to the club room as originally planned. Now let's go back 21 years, back to that fatal day in the occult club room. Did I keep you waiting? Hyde, you came. Oh, there's Miss Choker. Oh, Need, it's you. Need was the one who had slit the other member's throat in the dream. Her nails were painted dark scarlet as if her fingertips were stained with blood, which frightened Hyde a little. Her last name, Need, was quite unusual, so that's what the others called her. Our third storyteller has yet to arrive. I hope nothing's the matter. Let's wait 10 more minutes. If she's not here by then, we'll get started on the fatal stories without her. Hyde was not usually the type to take nightmares seriously. A month ago, however, an incident occurred between Need and the member who was murdered in the dream. Hyde couldn't shake her odd feeling of dread. Now we go back 1 more month. Only 1 month left until the night of the fatal stories. True. Need had yet to join the occult club back then, so the club had just 2 members, Hyde and a girl named Carmen Prince. Carmen was considerate and charming, like a princely girl straight out of manga. So of course all the girls called her Prince. Oh, and another thing, she was the one who got her throat slit by Need in the dream. Alas. We need at least 3 storytellers for the gathering, but we're 1 short. Why not invite Romeo to join our club? Already did. He's not interested. I see. Then those flyers you handed out are our only hope. It was then that a third, very shy voice spoke up from the entrance. Excuse me, is there someone here with the last name Prince? Prince and Hyde turned around to find the girl with the flyer clutched in her hand. She wore an airy skirt and had long, shapely fingernails. This, as you might have guessed, was Need. It's you. Prince stepped forward and took Need's hands in hers. You actually came. Yeah. Did you get your nails done? Very nice. Thank you. You have lovely nails as well. Need's face was bright red. Another day, another girl falls for Prince. Need was quite an introvert. Being in the presence of 2 others, Prince and Hyde, was already well out of her comfort zone. Noticing Need's unease, Prince suggested that the 3 of them do research together to get ready for the fatal stories. She then taught Need how to write out chilling ghost stories. Prince also went out of her way to chat with Need, so that she would settle into the occult club faster. Thank you, Prince. It's nothing really. No, it's not. It's something for me. What do you mean? People usually forget about me in my department, no matter what event they're organizing. I always feel like an outcast. I see. Joining this club was a big step for me. I've been able to do so many new things in the occult club, researching urban legends, collecting local folklore. I've never felt such a sense of accomplishment. But most of all, I got to be friends with you. And Hyde. The occult club is where I belong now. Prince was touched. She took Need's hands and pulled her, and their eyes locked closer than ever. Need. Prince? Thank you for enjoying our club. That's so great to hear. Oh, honestly, why are you like this? Later, Prince told Hyde of the little exchange, and Hyde couldn't help but call out Prince's behavior in her mind. You oblivious flirt, you've got to stop giving girls the wrong idea. One day, Prince brought some matching chokers and brought them to the club. Bought some. She chose a red one for herself to put it on. And put it on. I don't know what's wrong with me. She then gave a green one to Hyde. Oh, you really know how to pick a gift. Hyde took it and tried to put it on herself, but she just couldn't manage it. Let me help you. But just at that moment... Hi, Prince. Hyde Need entered the room and witnessed the scene. Prince was putting the choker on Hyde. Oh, Need, perfect timing. How do these matching chokers look? What? Are you 2 in a relationship? Huh? What kind of relationship? All this time, I've been in the way. No, Need, listen to me. The misunderstanding was eventually cleared up, and there was even a third matching choker, a blue one, that was meant for Need, but she still couldn't shake her distress. Witnessing the moment had been a painful reminder of how she was always an outcast. Need took a chair and sat facing a wall of the club room without uttering a word. Need, I'm sorry, I should have taken the blue choker out sooner. No, this is a total overreaction. She didn't even know what the situation was. She just jumped to conclusions and then got all sad about it. And they even had a matching choker for her. Ridiculous. But this answers how we get out of dying. Maybe we have to say green, although she might have resentment for that. I don't know. I didn't mean to make you think you were forgotten again. Prince. Need finally spoke, but she didn't turn her head. And kept her back to Prince and Hyde. You're my best friend, my first friend, and even my... Sorry, what did you say at the end? Prince didn't catch it, but Hyde heard it clearly. Need had said, my first love. For you, I'm nothing more than one of your many friends. I can't deal with that somehow. So needy, huh? Yeah, you kinda are. Need, even if you feel that way, you hardly ever make any demands. I wouldn't call you needy at all. I get it. I'm the one and only for you, but you assume I don't value you quite as much, and you don't really think that's fair. Isn't that right? Need turned her head, and she saw how sincere Prince looked. Need, it's true I do have many friends, but you're the one and only Need out of them. No one can replace you. Isn't that enough? You're such a smooth talker, but I still like you. Prince removed the red choker from her neck and picked up the blue one from the desk. She held them both out to Need. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? The blue one. The blue one? It does match your first name. Then I'll put it on for you. That was just the kind of validation Need needed to erase her insecurity. Then Hyde took a photo as a memento. Need also took out a gift to give to Prince. We'll be doing the fatal stories soon. This is a talisman I got. I hear it only works once, but it's supposed to be very effective. Thank you, I'll keep it with me. This interaction made Hyde realize that Need was even more dependent on Prince than she thought. Hyde began to worry. For she knew that there was a ticking bomb still waiting to explode. A few days went by, and it was 2 days before the fatal stories. Need, Hyde, I have a big favor to ask of you. Of course, how can I help? Will you be my bridesmaids? Uh-oh. What? Oh dear. The bomb had been detonated. I have a fiancé, Romeo. We're getting married soon. Fiancé? Married? Actually, there's an unplanned baby on the way, which is why the wedding is so sudden. Once I get married, I want to focus on my family. We'll be done with the fatal stories anyway, so I'm planning on quitting the club. A baby? You're quitting the club. Before I tie the knot, I want to make some memories to last me a lifetime with you two, my BFFs. That's why I want you two to be my bridesmaids. Well, Need? Need turned and staggered away. Where are you going? In 2 days, it'll be time for the fatal stories. I'll prepare. The most frightening ghost story ever. Now we return to the day of the gathering in the club room. Now you see why Hyde was so bothered by her dream, in which Need murdered Prince. Time passed and Prince still didn't arrive, so they had to start without her. Need told the story of the nightmare, Dab song, and Hyde was finishing up her story. That concludes the story of the red cloak. What an interesting phantom. He could just kill the person, but instead he asks, which cloak do you want, red or blue? That's what makes him memorable. True, he must be afraid of being forgotten. Just like me. It was 3 o'clock. Hyde tried to call Prince again, but she still had no reception. Hyde had no choice but to end the gathering, but just as she was about to do so, the door to the club room opened and in came... I'm so sorry. For some reason, my phone had no reception. Oh, you're alive. Hyde breathed out a sigh of relief. You're finally here. Romeo was supposed to pick me up and give me a ride to school, but he kept me waiting. Huh? Oh, God. Hyde gave Need a quick glance. In an instant, countless horrible assumptions flashed through her mind. Had Prince been delayed not because of something that happened to her, but to her fiancé? So, Prince, did Romeo arrive in the end? He did. Oh. Turns out his car broke down on the road and that's why he kept me waiting for so long. Ah. That's all. At last, Hyde felt fully relieved. She had been worried for nothing. Then Prince told the third story. It was exactly 4 o'clock when she finished. No ghosts appeared, of course, so everyone went home. As soon as she got home, Hyde collapsed on her bed and fell into a deep sleep. She had never slept so soundly. But only a few hours later, she received a frantic call from Prince. Have you seen the news? Hyde yawned. What news? Need. She hanged herself in her apartment. What? Hyde reeled at the unexpected news. Did they manage to resuscitate her? I don't know how to say this, but the police had determined that Need must have been dead for 2 days. But that's impossible. Then who came to the fatal stories? What was that? Legend has it that if 3 ghost stories are told at the gathering, a real ghost will appear and become the 4th story. And at that year's gathering for fatal stories, they did gather 4 fatal stories. At first Hyde was terrified, but when she went to Need's funeral a few days later, that feeling dissipated. She was the only friend who came to mourn Need, which was heartbreaking to see. Oh my. Hyde was convinced that the one that had come to the fatal stories must have been the ghost of Need. Perhaps Need had come to the gathering even after her suicide, not to frighten or hurt anyone, but simply to tell ghost stories with the members one last time, before the occult club she knew and loved was gone forever. Even now, Hyde sometimes wonders if she had paid more attention to Need back then. Perhaps the ghost story would have never happened. If so, it would have been just another uneventful gathering like all the other years. Wiseman. Huh? You dreamed that I was murdered, didn't you? Are you telling me that the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right before our gathering for fatal stories? Is this a thing? I just hope this year's fatal stories will stay uneventful. There is one detail that bothers me a bit. What is it? Why didn't the Prince girl attend the funeral? Huh? Oh, I didn't mention why. Maybe Prince felt so guilty that she didn't attend. Why? What's the matter? Nothing. It's just that Carmen Prince, she's... It's 1 o'clock now. Let's take a break. Let's actually take a break. Record? We'll save here. Yeah, I know we stopped a bit short, but we gotta go. So that's all for this one. So far I really like how this is going. I don't know. It's cool how all these stories are starting to come together. But cause I was worried for a second, like when we all showed up and had the same nightmare, that they were all gonna only have the Miss Choker story. But I like how we're getting, well, they are all still kind of the Miss Choker story, but I like how we're getting bits and pieces of, like, I don't know, the ghost backstory, I guess. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the heck comes next. But that's all for this one, so let me know what you think of the game down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. This is Casper Kuma, over and out.